John, congratulations on the win today. This is going to be a left field question. In 2016, you were in a position where, as a coach, your team needed to win, and then Adelaide won. You had Jamie Young in goal, and obviously Victory's goalkeeper Lawrence Thomas played a blinder, and then history maybe changed its course a little bit for you. And then last year you won the premiership. Did you ever think about that moment, like 7 years ago?
Yes.
This is maybe payback.
It's not payback. It's but yes, I've thought about that moment because we had so many opportunities to score that day, and that we could have won the Premier's Plate. And then, when you win the Premier's Plate, especially back then, it was more than likely you would host the home grand final. But that's part of the game. It's part of the journey that I've been on and the experiences that you gain, and then it helps for these situations because we need to virtually win all our games if we want to make the final. So, and I know how quickly it can change in football. You get a win, all of a sudden the boys get confidence, and then you can go on a bit of a roll, and somehow things can change. But we can only control our performances and our results. We can't control the others, and that's happened time and time again. Somehow someone will win when no one's expecting it. So we're hoping that could be us, but we still got a lot of work to do.
So Melbourne City now got the premiership, which is great. But tonight, I think some of the stuff that you did tactically with Risdon, Parias, and Doumbia, who I thought was outstanding, along with Parias. Was that obviously you were focusing on the left-hand side, and that's where the actual goal sort of came. It was always working that way. Is that the game plan?
Yeah, look, we know Adelaide are very good, really good, especially with the ball. They can hurt you, but they also can leave themselves at times. With Kiddo going forward, the Craig Goodwin coming inside. If we pinch the ball in good areas, that we can really break on them quickly, and we did that. We did that really well with Dylan. With Josh Risdon and Tonga Doumbia. Tonga Doumbia is, he's been good for us. He was unfortunately had an 8-week injury early on in the season, didn't have a good pre-season, but he's showing now what he's capable of doing. And we thought that we caused them problems every time we went forward. We looked dangerous. At times we could have punished them a little bit more. And of course, we knew we were going to have to defend, with our lives, because they would throw people forward. They can make an impact with the subs they make. Ipasuki's is hard to handle. Crosses coming into the box, and set pieces. They're dangerous on set pieces because Goodwin's delivery is so good, and then they got players that can attack the ball. So they're the situations that they probably caused us problems with the set pieces a lot.
So you're going to need to win 2 games, practically.
Yeah, look, you don't know, but we're thinking that will be the way forward. That we have to play Melbourne City this week. Who knows how they'll be feeling after their result? Don't know, but we can't worry about that. We have to worry about ourselves and try and win that game, and then we go to Perth, and then you don't know, Perth might still be alive. So the twists and turns that will happen. So. Sydney got a tough game in Brisbane, with the conditions up there. Brisbane are still alive. They picked up a good point. So there's still teams there fighting for the top 6.
I know you said you don't focus. We can only focus on what you can focus on and concentrate on that. Obviously, you would have watched Adelaide and Sydney last week, and did you feel that performance, 12-game unbeaten, did you feel they were right for the picking, and it was just a matter of, like you said, pinching the ball in those key moments and taking the most of your chances? Did that sort of come into that all?
Look, we've played against Adelaide quite a few times this season, in the league, but also in friendly games, and so we know them well. We know what they're capable of doing, and we felt last time we played them where we were 2-0 up, and we should have won the game. Clearly we should have won that game. So, we knew that they got their dangerous players that can cause us problems even when they're not involved in the game. But we knew that we could hurt them. So, we watched the Sydney game, we analysed the Sydney game, but we also analysed the games that we played against them and how we might be able to hurt them. And, fortunately enough tonight, we hurt them and we kept the ball out.
Just out of curiosity, were you aware of the Sydney Perth result before the game?
Yeah,
started?
yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Josh Risdon, I thought had a pretty good game, and then comes up with an assist like that. Is that something maybe you've just been lacking from him in an attacking sense this season?
Josh has been in and out a little bit, but he's set up a few goals. He's scored a few goals. We know what Josh can do. You know, he's. We've been unlucky. We've had so many players out in that back four. You know that back four showed tonight how we can defend, but we've had like chopping and changing players all season. You know, it's not easy when you haven't got a settled back four. But you know, Josh looked good, Benny Garuccio looked good, Topper Stanley. You know, he's. I think he's. I better not get his age wrong because he got upset the other day when Hayden Fox got his age wrong. So I won't even say his age. But you know, what a servant he's been to the A-League. He's cramped in both calves, hamstring, and he didn't want to come off. You know, it's just, you know, he just shows that character and that will to keep going and try and win the game for us.
There's been a lot of attention obviously on Joe Gauci and his performances, but another kind of A-League veteran in Jamie Young was pretty good tonight, put off a couple of great saves.
Yeah.
What'd you make of his performance?
Yeah, good. You know, when he needed to step up, he did. You know, he made that good save off of Virakunda. That was really important. And then, you know, other than that, you know, the header maybe from Ibasuki, but he didn't really have to make too many other saves. But, you know, he's been good for us for the 2 years, and you know, I'm excited to see Gauchi's development because he was good again tonight. You know, he saved him a few times as well. The one that he saved off of Dylan Parias, I know got a bit of a deflection, but he's, you know, the way he's been out, his reflex to keep that out was exceptional.
How did you think Prijovic played? Because you seem to be able to use his hold-up play pretty well in the first half, and he was kind of getting away from Lockie Barr in particular and finding that space.
Yeah, Alex did well. We know what Alex can do. He's got a presence out there. He's a player that takes away the pressure from, you know, the other players, you know, from your Dylans, your Connors, and your Lockie Wales, because, you know, they're top players, but Alex has played at the highest level, so they see him out there and they go, okay, you know, we're free to play. And you know, he did well on the goal, and his hold-up play was good tonight. He brought others into play.
And going back to that, Adelaide's a side that plays on transition, so a few of the times your Goodwins, your Hallorans may still be a little bit up there. Playing them direct like you did today, is that a way to kind of keep those players accountable on the defensive end, I guess?
Yeah, look, they're dangerous on the counter because of that reason, like you said. They keep Goodwin and Halloran sometimes, and they don't always get back in, so we had to make sure that our defence was still, you know, switched on, you know, when we had the ball. And look, if they push on one-on-one, then why wouldn't you go directly into someone like Alex? You know, that he can hold up the ball, then all of a sudden you've beaten 2 lines. It's not a long ball for me. That's just skipping a couple of lines, and then from there you can go. And we did that well.
Mm-hmm. And last year you were nicknamed 1-0 FC. That returns today. Probably not as defensively solid as you would have hoped, but how good was it to see you again keep a clean sheet after another high-scoring game last week, especially coming into the 2 very big weeks for you?
It was great. It was great because we can score goals. We've scored goals. We've scored actually. That's 5 against Adelaide in 3 games, which is very good. But we also conceded 7 against them. So we wanted to make sure we weren't going to concede. Not tonight. We weren't going to concede by any means possible. We wanted to keep that clean sheet because Adelaide are a free-flowing scoring team, and they can really open you up. And so we wanted to make sure we kept that clean sheet, and we did. We knew if we did that we would win the game because we were going to get our chances. I'm just disappointed. I know 1-0 was good. Disappointed it wasn't more because we had great opportunities to really punish them.
And coming into this game, or coming into this season, I guess, you come in as champions, high expectations, and it starts off terribly for you. Now, you come down a few months down the line. How proud of you that this team is actually competing for finals football after starting the season with all that attention and expectation, not as well as you hoped?
Yeah, look, the attention expectation is going to always be there when you're champions, but it was a lot that went on in our off-season, pre-season, injuries, lack of form, and to still be there competing is a testament to not only the players but the club that is sticking together, because it's easy to say we've got a good culture and a good club when you're winning, but when you're going through a bad period, this is when it shows. And the boys weren't going to stop. They don't give up, and that has to be in our DNA all the time. We might be dark horses, we might not make finals, but we're going to give everything we can.
Mm-hmm. And Val started with a left field question. I'll end with one. You're a South Australian, and I'm sure you follow what's happening here closely. This week, South Australia's been lit up with this AFL gather round. Would this be something you'd be interested to see in the A-League, seeing all teams somewhere at once, seeing fans come in, engaging with the league in a different way?
I'm not sure if we're ready for that. What I love, and I follow, of course, every team in the A-League, but what I love is that there were 10,000 here tonight. For me, that's brilliant. That's what we have to strive for. We don't have to worry about the other codes, and we're getting it when the other code is on. So this is where we always saying, we can't play, in winter because we clash with the other codes, and we can't. Who cares? Adelaide United got full house here the other night. It was just sold out, and the footy's on. So let's focus on our football, our A-League. Let's keep on building it up. And it was a great atmosphere tonight, especially when Irakunda come on. How the crowd lift, huh? Give them a lift.